We are Prodigy.
Hey guys! Okay, so today I'm going to do the review on the Rayne Nemesis 2010. Alright, a bit about it. It's probably the most popular Rayne board on the market right now. Its length is 39 inches, its width is 10 inches, and it is made of bamboo and fiberglass on top and bottom, I think. I've had this board since late January 2011, so 7 months, I think. My setup is Bear Grizzly trucks, 852s, purple orangutan Durians, and bone Swiss ceramics. My typical session for this board would have to be a little bit of downhill. It's pretty good for downhill. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. And sliding. And sometimes just travelling around if I want to travel long distances. I think the furthest I've travelled with this board is 8.4 miles. And it was brilliant, so... Okay, I got this deck off Octane Sports for, I think, £160. Okay, so let's start on the main review part. Okay, for durability, I would have to give this board an 8 out of 10. This board holds up pretty well. The only downside is that the fiberglass chips and scrapes off quite easily. So that's the only reason why I give it 8, because I've got a few scratches and a few dents in the side of my board. But it's only the fiberglass, so yep. Okay, construction, I would give it a 10 out of 10 because I love the way that Rayne have made this board with the bamboo core and the fiberglass out layers, because it makes it strong and it's a really good width board, sort of width like that. And ride, I give it a 9 out of 10 because you can travel long distances on this board with having no problems at all. The pockets, this bit here, where it slopes up, and the concave really keep your feet locked in for doing downhill and everything, and sliding, and yeah, so those are the best bits of this board. The only reason I don't give it a 10 is because it's quite heavy, so it can be difficult to push uphill. Appearance, I'd give it 10 out of 10 because I think this board looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see the bamboo on the eagle's wings, and I think the 2010 graphic is way nicer than the 2010. Really nice, and the concave is really nice. Everything about this board is to lock your feet in, and because it's so thick and the bamboo is so strong, it's really rigid board and hasn't got too much flex, so it's very stable. Agility, I would give it 7 out of 10 because it's not the most agile around those sharp corners because it is so stiff. So, and also it hasn't got any kicks or anything just to finish it off if you just want to whip your board around and lift the front up. So yeah, that's why I give it a 7, because it's not, that's probably its weakest area, the turning sharp corners and stuff. Okay, so strengths. This board is amazing for sliding. Because of its concave and its pockets, they really lock you in. It looks amazing. Once again, the eagle is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It's great for average sort of downhill, intermediate sort of downhill, and it keeps me stable. And because this is East Anglia, there are practically no hills, so that's why I got this one, because I didn't think I would have that much of a problem going hills, and I never have. I've never had a problem going downhill on this board. It's always been very good to me. And it's easy to push off because of its width. It gives you a lot of room to put your feet, and it's just gives you a lot of stability, and it makes you feel really good about yourself that you've got that much room and you just have no worries. Right, weaknesses are, of course, the fiberglass. It chips off and scratches off easily. It's quite easy, which can be good and it can be bad. Reasons for good is it will make you go that little bit faster when going downhill. But it can be bad if you're pushing uphill or just pushing anywhere, because it gives you that little extra weight. So it can't dance, obviously. I mean, it doesn't take rocket science to figure out that this board can't dance. You can do cross steps and stuff, but you can't do those sort of tail tricks because it hasn't got any tails. So that's only a small weakness. I'm not too worried about that because I didn't buy that board for dancing at all. So last problem is it's pricey. £160 is quite a lot. It's is a lot of money for a deck, but then again you think about why it would be that much money, and that board must be really good to be that much money, so price doesn't bother me that much because I always know that it's going to be a really good board, because why else would it be that much money? Either it's a rip-off or a really good board, and I haven't had any rip-offs. I've always been absolutely delighted with all my boards, so. Okay, I would recommend this board if you're going to do average downhill and sliding. Yeah? Probably not the best for downhill and sliding, but it's certainly good if you just want to start it out, because this is my first board I learned how to slide on. So. And it's good for people who want to travel long distances. Because of its width, again, it's got a lot of room to push off, and the pockets keep your feet in a bit better. So, yeah. I wouldn't recommend getting this board for your first board because it limits on the things that you can do on it. If you want to do just downhill, start out on downhill and sliding, then that's fine, but you won't be able to do tricks. That is basically it. Alright guys, cheers.